Good evening and welcome to Ukraine Brief. I'm your host, Anna Kalczynska, and we bring you the latest updates from the battlefield and diplomatic front lines of the war-torn country. It's been 1,339 days since the start of the Russian full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Russia continues its daily attacks on Ukraine, launching light bombs and other weapons. Overnight, Russian forces launched 128 Shahed and Geran attack drones. Ukrainian air defense intercepted 72 of them, and the remaining drones struck 10 locations around the north, south and east of the country. Russian forces struck residential buildings in Sumy, shattering windows and balcony. Authorities say no one was injured. Volunteers from the Proriska organization helped cover the broken windows with plywood. In Kharkiv, at least 8 people were wounded when Russian aerial strikes hit the city on Friday. Mayor Ihor Terekhov reported that at least 5 glide bombs struck the industrial district. One strike hit a car depot, damaging around 20 vehicles, while another targeted a private business. The strikes also damaged a high-rise apartment block. This video shows the regional prosecutor's office inspecting one of the locations that was hit. Other attacks took place in the Dnipropetrovsk region, where the Russian army used artillery and FPV drones, carrying out strikes on several communities, causing fires and destroying houses. In the Kirovohrad region, Russian drones once again attacked, causing fires at several locations. According to reports, no casualties were reported in either region. Russia has carried out another massive attack on Ukraine's southern Kherson region. One district of Kherson city came under heavy fire this morning, killing at least 2 people and injuring more than 20 others, including children. At around 7:30 a.m. local time on Friday, Russian forces reportedly fired multiple launched rocket systems at Korabelny district in western Kherson, killing 2 women and injuring at least 22 others, including 3 children. Another person was killed in the region in a separate attack. Released footage shows Grad rockets firing chaotically across residential areas, apparently aimed at causing maximum destruction to apartment buildings and civilian casualties. People were in their apartments during the attack. Some were trapped inside while firefighters tried to extinguish the fire and rescue people.
I noticed that my neighbor's door was barely opening. The blast wave had damaged it, and it wouldn't open at all. Her relatives came, broke the door down and went inside. Everything was buried under debris. Judging by how her daughter ran out, crying hysterically, I realized the worst had happened.
The attacks also damaged dozens of apartment blocks, private houses and schools, as well as medical and administrative buildings across the city.
Before that, a drone flew over. I was outside drinking coffee when I heard it buzzing, so I ran inside. And at that moment, I heard the attack. I had heard such sounds before. Then the Grad rockets started flying, hitting somewhere nearby, maybe even closer this time. They came one after another, 5 of them for sure.
Kherson city is under daily Russian strikes. It was also targeted on Thursday when a Russian aerial strike partially destroyed a high-rise building and firefighters rescued 2 people from the burning apartments. Russian forces continue deliberately targeting civilians with drones. This time, intercepted footage shows hunting Ukrainian farmers. 4 days ago, a Russian drone killed an elderly woman, and a week earlier, drones struck a UN convoy in Kherson. The Ukrainian military released footage that it claims shows a Russian FPV drone committing a war crime. Officials called it human safari against Ukrainian farmers in the Donetsk region. The video clearly shows at least 4 civilians running through a field, fleeing from the drone. Referring to it as a safari alludes to a UN-documented war crimes where Russian troops have hunted civilians using FPV drones in Ukrainian cities, particularly in Kherson region. Meanwhile, in London, President Zelenskyy urged coalition of the willing allies to boost Ukraine's long-range weapons, saying even the prospect of US Tomahawk missiles have pressured Putin towards talks.
And as soon as Putin felt pressure and the possibility of Tomahawks appearing in Ukraine, he immediately declared his readiness to restart talks. But as soon as the pressure disappeared, he abandoned diplomacy again. So it's obvious for us what to do. We need more deep strike capabilities.
And for the first time, we have a timing pressure. Danish Prime Minister said that allies in the coalition of the willing must agree on reparation loans for Ukraine before Christmas. 4 people have been killed and 12 injured in Ukraine's Zhytomyr region after a man detonated an explosive device during a document check. The blast happened around 10:50 a.m. local time Friday morning as border guards were verifying a passenger's documents on the station platform. According to Ukraine's National Police, the suspect triggered the device, killing himself and 3 others. 12 other people were wounded and were taken to the hospital. Ukraine's intelligence service has released footage showing the targeting of 2 Russian radar systems and a surface-to-air missile system. According to released footage by Ukraine's intelligence agency, Ukrainian forces identified and destroyed 2 Russian radar systems and a Buk M3 air defense system. The footage shows the moment of the attacks, which the main intelligence directorate described as the elimination of high-value targets on Russian-controlled territories in Zaporizhia, Kherson and Crimea. And that's all from Ukraine for now, but please stay tuned to TVP World for more. Thank you and see you soon.